Welcome back, everybody, to CLG versus DK. This is the International 2 group stages that we're seeing right now. I was about to say qualifiers just because, I don't know, it's the word that came to mind. But no, this is the group stages. CLG versus DK, both of them in Group A. Both of them in the middle of the pack, but towards the top. They're up near the top. They're not quite there. They're not having the, well, spoiler alerts for anyone who doesn't want to know the exact results just yet. We should say this every time. But it is actually, they're not even in the middle of the pack, sorry. They're number 2 and 3 in the group right now. DK is 7 and 3. CLG is 6 and 4. This one has big implications, especially if DK win this 2-0. They're 9 and 3. They're guaranteed. I mean, I can't, I'm not running the numbers yet, but pretty much they're guaranteed to be in that top 4 and to have even maybe a number 2 seed. If CLG win, they're right back in it. That'll take DK down a few pegs. Zenith, by the way, has had a big comeback today, so there's a lot of competition now for these top few spots. DK versus CLG. Lumi, do you have a favorite coming into this match?
I don't. I know what CLG is capable of. We've been casting their games. I feel like we've been casting every one of their games. And it's great because they happen to have great games. We saw great individual play in the last one. That CLG triple troll micro was still blowing my mind. But, you know, we know every one of these players on CLG side are great players. And same thing for DK. I've not cast DK game yet. At least I don't remember.
We did.
Okay, we've been casting so many games. I'm just, my mind's blown. I like CLG style. I like the performance they've been doing. 6 and 4 doesn't sound like a good score, but I feel like they could go all the way. So I'm behind them, and it's so awkward for me to not support a Chinese team.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of, in terms of how coordinated this team is, they feel a bit Chinese. At least, you know, the stereotype is that the Chinese teams have very good teamwork, their strategies are very sound, and CLG certainly fit the bill. They also, by the way, have arguably the best carry player in all of Europe, that being pajkatt. Although I haven't looked at the stats from this event, but from everything I've seen, he is performing better than any other European carry. The real stars of the show have been most of the Chinese carries, and then some of the Southeast Asia ones, but pajkatt is making a strong case for European Dota. One of pajkatt's favorite heroes goes the way of DK. When we cast DK yesterday, it just seemed like their 4 Protect 1 could not be stopped. I haven't seen anything else from them. It's going to be a Morphling, there's your hard carry, Enchantress as well, counter jungling action available for DK. They get some very strong laning here, some amazing damage potential across the board. Not too much defensively. Invoker and Enchantress can be a bit lacking, and no stuns whatsoever. If CLG want to carry of their own, there's a bunch of good ones on the board. What do you think CLG is going to do? How do you deal with burning?
Real fast, LD, I'm detecting perhaps that you're a little bored of seeing Morphling again. He has 4 active spells, man. He's the best hero, most fun hero ever, right? No,
I'm not bored of Morphling. I think some of the viewers might be. I still enjoy watching him play, especially in the hands of a master like Burning. It's more, when I see the Morphling pick, I'm just like, oh man, really? You're going to give it away? Especially, and this isn't any Morphling. This is one of the, if not the top Chinese carry player.
Well, here's the thing, right?
If Sylar's been amazing this event, but he's up there. I mean, Burning's got to be in that conversation. Top 2 or 3 carry players in the world, especially getting his hands on Morphling. It's so much to give away.
It's a thing, though.
That was the tone of voice for me. Maybe it came across differently.
Right, but if you're not giving the Morphling, you're giving away the anti-mage. You're giving away another hero. The answer is going to be Lone Druid as a reply. Now, this is not so much more of, you know, a man fight between Morphling and Lone Druid. This is going to be a competition between push and how fast Morphling can kill your supports. These supports, Chen, I mean, in theory, yeah, he has Hand of God. He has a sent back. In reality, Morphling waves in 2-shots you. That's what's gonna happen, because that's when DK Burning takes you to the fight. That's how strong he will be. Of course, this team. It's always the focus is the Burning. You could if pajkatt's the best support. Oh, sorry, if pajkatt's the best carry in Europe, then DK is definitely the best carry in China. I feel like if the focus is always on Burning, I don't want to take anything away from the rest of the 4 because they will have to play exceptionally well to kind of counteract against CLG's aggressive nature, especially with the Lone Druid. That Lone Druid need to receive gank so that Morphling late game could actually go toe-to-toe against them.
Absolutely, man. You got to give all the supporting cast here their due. You can't run 4 Protect 1 unless the 4 is solid, stable, and not feeding too many kills, not getting picked off. CLG, they go for a hard carry in the Lone Druid that can scale toe-to-toe with Morphling. We don't often see it. Normally, it's more of a timing push style carry. But with Leshrac Chen Lone Druid, this is a pretty disgusting push. And what is there defensively for DK right now? There's really nothing to spam. I guess you can waveform in, but then you don't have that to walk away. Invoker, no spammable AoE. I'm a little concerned for DK, and if I'm CLG, I'm thinking about banning heroes like Windrunner. I'm even thinking maybe towards something like Queen of Pain. They are going to remove Bounty Hunter from the pool, which would be a squishy hero. I'm not sure Bounty Hunter is a good choice up against so many pushers. He can't do anything to stop it. He's not effective when the death ball rolls in. He's only good in the small skirmishes, but CLG will remove him from the pool. Maybe they want to go for something that BH counters. It is a hero DK from past, and Broodmother gets banned here.
I'm going to go off of what you just said. That's exactly it. They will go for something that BH counter, which is a split push all over the map. We've seen this from CLG a couple months ago. They are going to run again. Chen on one lane, Leshrac on one lane. If you leave the Lone Druid alone, man, who did we see on the freaking 13-minute radiance? Was it 12-minute radiance? 15 AC, whatever that ridiculous farm on the Lone Druid, it's going to be like that. It's going to be pushing all over the map. And Bounty Hunter, one of the best way to deal with it, because you keep up in terms of gold with the track bonus, and you get so many kills since they're spread open. But now, there's no more surprise. I think DK has figured it out. If I could figure it out, DK could definitely figure it out. It's going to be a split push from CLG. Very, very highly likely.
Yeah, the split push, if that's how they want to go, they definitely have that potential to do so. But Broodmother ban, I mean, it really fits. It's a hero we've seen DK run on their own in RTK's hands, but when you're up against Lone Druid, that combination is just devastating, especially with Chen to keep everyone alive, to provide that heal, and the ability to send back to base. We've heard it all before as far as that goes. They do get their spam, though. They get their hands on Windrunner. I feel she might have been worth a ban. The CLG did opt to ban out Answer, another hero who provides that anti-push. How do they go from here? Do they even look towards something like a Pugna, perhaps? Do they want to go for more push? Maybe a Sand King to provide that setup stun for Leshrac. Shadow Demon's an option. I think they have their options, but for you, do you think CLG should go more towards the team fight, the ganking, the hero killing, or more towards, oh, there you go. You get both in one hero. It's the Beastmaster.
Yeah, I mean, you get a decent lane as well. We've seen different teams play Beastmaster differently. It all revolves around ancient stacking and whatnot. Actually, a very creative way to actually start the Beastmaster, from what I saw, is actually not just spend all of your gold. Just save some gold, because you know that Observer Ward's always going to be coming. So you can save your gold for the Sentry, and you actually have to get that pull off. If you don't, it's going to be difficult for Beastmaster to recover. But for now, are you actually thinking Morphling's going to go mid, or is it going to be Invoker that's going to go mid? There's an option there. We've been casting Morphling games to death, I feel like, and every game it's a little bit different, I feel.
You know, it absolutely is a little bit different. I will say Burning gets pulled regen more than any other carry, so he'll probably start with the Wraith ban, whether he's going mid or not, and he'll probably get some tangos as well. I don't know. I think it depends on who CLG picked. They don't have a clear mid. They have heroes that can go mid. We've seen Lone Druid solo there. We've seen Leshrac solo there. Even Beastmaster can. I don't think there's a clear, obvious, this hero is going to solo mid. Tinker, oh, sorry, I was about to say Tinker's in the pool, but no, he is banned out. That would be such an amazing way to finish off that lineup. In fact, I think it would be identical to what we saw before, but he's not available. If they want to run, I think they could send Lone Druid solo mid, Sand King, Leshrac, Chen, Tri-Lane, and Beastmaster off lane. I think that might be the way to go here, but they definitely have options.
They do. Meanwhile, what
else would they? I mean, what else could they go for?
To be honest, what I want to see is a Beastmaster mid, but that's not what they're gonna give us. I just really hoped. I really hope they do not put Lone Druid on the long lane, and basically, ooh, maybe that's gonna be it. Nice Stalker. There we go. A hero that kind of throws a wrench in any kind of good position. He charges in and basically forces you to fight him. It's Misery on the Lone Druid. Miracle's gonna be playing Leshrac, and it's pajkatt. Ooh, pajkatt on the Nice Stalker.
I like this pick. Look at how squishy DK is. Windrunner, long DD, or RTK play the Windrunner, long DD on the Enchantress, Super on the Invoker. All these heroes are very easily brought down, especially if you get the silence off. Then you don't get to. I mean, everything on DK revolves around their spells. If they aren't able to morph to strength, if you're not able to pop Windrunner, the Enchantress heal, those voids are going to chew them apart. This also gives them a second. How many frontline tankers do they have?
Everybody's a frontline tanker.
And then it's Chen backing them up, so if they weren't tanky before, they definitely are now. Even Leshrac, although will be a support Leshrac this game, that could be a weak point that DK look to exploit. He is very squishy by nature, and if he's playing support, he's not going to get a whole lot. I pretty much introduced CLG, Miracle playing the Leshrac, Misery going to play the Lone Druid, pajkatt on the Night Stalker, Lacoste on the Beastmaster, and Ake on the Chen. a lot of standard signature heroes for CLG, but the Night Stalker for me, this is the big, somewhat unexpected pick. I know they've run it before. I don't know if I've seen pajkatt on it, but I expect to see a very fat, very powerful Night Stalker.
Yeah, I personally haven't seen him play the pajkatt either, so it's going to be eye-opening. We're going to be learning together, particularly in this game. ROTK going to be playing that Windrunner super on his Invoker, pretty famous Invoker. It gets shadowed by Ferrari, and to be honest, who isn't? But his Invoker is really good as well. Zippo playing the TIE Hunter, another squid on his head, or shark, whatever that amorphous animal thing is. Burning going to be on the real watery creature. It is going to be Morphling, and lastly, it's Lone DD. Just checking the Roshan. I heard there's a level 1 Roshan in one of these international games. I think it was Tong Fu, and perhaps the Chinese teams have been talking to each other. But in any case, nothing too crazy from the get-go. Now, you talked about there's a lot of melee heroes on the enemy side. How effective do you think that Ravage would be in terms of shutting down all these melee heroes?
If they get it, it's great. It's Zippo playing that. It will be a support Tidehunter, and we've seen such a wide range of effectiveness as far as support Tidehunters goes. We've seen Demon roaming on the off lane, being very effective with his up against Mousesports. We've seen Tidehunters who get nothing in the form of Kabu and Tongfu, who is level 1. What was it, 7 minutes into the game? Something along those lines. The bear maybe trying to block the pole camp. This bear is taking a lot of damage. And then we've seen even the support in the safe lane Tidehunter, who's level 6 at like 6 minutes in. So, you know, it's just all over the place. If he gets the early Ravage, that will really punish any sort of tower dives. But I'm not convinced CLG are going to be too aggressive with the dives. I really feel like, wow, pajkatt playing so aggressively mid.
How ironic when you say, oh, I'm not convinced when they're going to be aggressive, and he just goes right on Super. Super luckily will have a little bit of regen orbs, at least for now. Level 1, 4 HP regen per second. It's one of the more imbalanced things in the game. But for now, on the top here, on the bot, excuse me, you can see Zippo already starting to harass Lacoste a little bit. Lacoste trying to get some EXP, but it's really burning, and the burning last hit show. He's going to fly on the charts. And we know Morphling can be slowed down, can be stopped, but when he gets this fast start, it's just really scary just watching this game.
Yeah, it is. pajkatt is the lead farmer, though, on that Night Stalker mid, and one thing I will say, Night Stalker is a melee hero, but he has amazing base damage, a pretty solid attack animation, and you can use Void the last hit. The bottle has not been rushed, but it will be coming shortly, and if he gets a bottle up, he can really control this lane well. To a very small extent, you can't even push the wave by voiding creeps that are about half HP. Super, for an Invoker, this is not, I mean, it's not the worst it's definitely in a matchup I think he should have a bit of an edge in, but it's not an overwhelming one. He's not really going to contest the runes too much. And pajkatt can have a pretty good time here, get his early levels. And the one thing I will say is we've seen a lot of Night Stalkers, when they play, they get farm in the safe lane. And I feel too often it's too much of an investment for a hero that's just going to be ganking. If you can get him to work solo mid, which it seems like they're doing, then you free up your safe lane for a big carry in the lone druid to get some farm. The off lane for someone like Beastmaster, you don't have to risk it with an aggressive tri-lane. I love the way they're laying it because they expect the Invoker mid, and so far, it's working out pretty damn well.
Yeah, and of course, with any kind of gank, Super perhaps could go down. Look at that, the Void and the right click. Super walking up a hill a little bit and taking a lot of damage at Frog, hopping back and forth. I think last time we looked at Frogs, we missed first blood, so my eyes is peeled on the mini map for now. ROTK on the top here. He's not getting too much, but at least he's level 2. Miracle, he just want to get close. If he gets off that Edict, it will force that win run, and basically ROTK burning a lot more of his mana.
Oh, here comes Ake. His Chen gank's always so effective.
Double down
ROTK, will he spot it in time? Looks like he will. Just barely. A second or two later, he'd probably take a fall. Here's the thing. Here's the X factor for me, is that CLG, if they want to do so, they can come out of the jungle with Miracle having a couple points in Edict, Ake having multiple creeps, and Misery with the bear, and they can just start mowing down towers left, right, and center. It's a level 2 Windrunner. Really, what is she going to do? Level 1 power shot. Expensive in terms of mana, doesn't do that much damage, but we can't talk more about that because it is a smoke gank wrapping around. The Beastmaster has retreated to the safety of his own jungle. Lacoste doing some pulling. The pole camp, the Ancients were warded. They saw him go missing. I don't even know if he tried to stack them. We didn't catch that.
He tried. He tried.
Okay, he tried, and then it was immediately warded up. So nice job. They're not going to let him get that, but he's still finding something. It is a complete free farm Morphling, but basically equivalent farm on the low druid.
Yep. It really comes down to, again, not how the carries are farming, but the supporting cast. And speaking of supporting cast, Miracle getting very good positioning on RTK. Spliff, ooh, nice quick win run. And he's going to get out of there scot-free. But for now, look at what Simple is playing like he's on the Dire team. He's going to see the Beastmaster coming as well, and Lacoste's going to have a big surprise coming his way.
Oh, absolutely. Zippo spent so much time trying to set that gank up, and, you know, in the end, it just didn't work. Here comes the push. It will be the Radiant, the first ones to really commit to try and get something accomplished on this bottom lane. The Axis flying barely even scraped the creeps. Burning Ring of Basilius picked up the R active, +2 armor for all those creeps. Going to be doing some damage, and it looks like the tower is going to fall down. Nice job here microing that setter Hellcaller. The nice thing you can do is prevent the creeps from actually getting to tower range if you want to do so, but they don't even need it. Meanwhile, top, they're not pushing too much. Ake wants to, Miracle wants to, Edict was used. It's a level 5 lone druid. Entangle could be the difference maker, but its first Blood of Stars towers going towards DK. And in this game, I feel if one team gets a big edge in towers, that is going to be bad news for their opponents. More so even than in most games. I'm
very surprised it was Radiant that got the first push off. Between Leshrac and Chen, compared to Enchantress and Tai, I gotta give the nod to CLG's pushing lineup. They're finally doing this one. And, you know, a couple of seconds too late, not the big deal. The question is, are they going to go for tier 2? It seems like that's the case. RTK needs to get back to base right now and get some heal going. Now, in the past, we've been talking about once the tier 1 is down, that melee hero on that, or that melee or range hero on the long lane gets a little bit of farming room. But this is what you want to do. Look at Burning's positioning. He's constantly moving past the creep wave, forcing Beastmaster to have no farm room. And also, another thing that you could do is keep on pushing. This is what CLGs need to do, because they have by far the best with pushing lineup, but they're backing off. At least for now, at least.
You know, we've seen the downside of this is that the Chen, the big jungler who can normally be set like level 4 or 5 at this point, he's going to get under-leveled. So, Ake, if they're going to knock down this tower, that's great, but then they need to go back in the jungle and catch up in terms of levels. You're up against a lot of burst damage. It's going to be very, very important to get that Hand of God up as soon as possible. Pajkatt, we haven't talked about him since the early stage of this game, still keeping pace with the Invoker's farm, getting the levels. And with that early tower knockdown, if they can get 1 or 2 more towers, ideally the tier 1 mid, maybe even the tier 2 top, he's going to have so much room to move around. This is why I was saying towers are so important. If this whole region is freed up, there's not too many heroes there right now for DK, but that means nobody can really sit top safely. Nobody can really...
Ball here, that's Lacoste. Oh, missed micro hurt from Long DD. Both clap and stomp miss. What a small and what a subtle mistake, and it's gonna cost him a kill. Burning was like, come on, man, that was free kill for me right there. But he's gonna go back to his creeps in lane. But denying that rune, that was big. You can see that DK rotating both super to top as well as Long DD bottom. You cannot allow Pajkatt to get rune at nighttime. It is basically suicide. Pajkatt already a very, very scary beast. Not even with 109 max yet.
I don't know if you've taken a look at Misery yet. He's got sitting on 2,600 gold. He's not spending any of it. Wow. I think he's rushing a Naked Relic. And if he wants to do that, well, DK, they're getting some great farm, but a Relic that fast will really accelerate his farm, and he can at least keep up with Burning, if not get ahead of him. I mean, getting ahead of Burning is pretty damn hard, but a Radiance this quickly might be enough to do it. And so far, and really, if you look at DK's lineup, they're not the best ganking lineup. There's a support Tidehunter. They can put some pressure on Burning's lane, but aside from that, it's a Wex Invoker. I don't see them even approaching this lone druid. I love this adjustment. A lot of pros just, well, not a lot, but some pros will just mindlessly sort of build the standard items, but this adjustment could turn out to be a big difference maker for CLG.
Yeah, when there's a nice circle on the map, you just don't really want to gank. You want to make sure that you don't get ganked. And yeah, that goes back to the lone druid getting free farm. He could kind of skip out some survivability items, skip out some boots, and just go for the big item like you mentioned. And I think CLG Pajkatt, he might seem like he's not doing a lot because he's just sitting in this mid lane, not really ganking. But essentially, if he's keeping super busy in the mid lane, their team's not getting ganked either.
Exactly, and well, wards placed all over the map. You know, playing defensively is important, and a big component of doing so is having these defensive wards up. One up towards the Ancients, which I just circled twice for some reason, but they would like to see a few more. I feel they don't have enough just yet. Pajkatt, he's been getting some decent farm, not as much as he would like. I will say he hasn't been very effective in terms of setting up kills. The threat of the ganks is nice, but getting the kills obviously is going to be better. Who would be his partner in crime for that? It's a level 3 support with Shrek. It's a Beastmaster's only 4. They just don't have anything to really combo up with him, but he's going to put some pressure on Super anyway. There's a Void, and you can already see even the level 4 Void just chewing through a lot of HP from Super, who will tango up and be okay. Yeah, the Night Stalker's not too effective. I think Pajkatt is just going to farm through this first night. let his other teammates catch up in terms of levels, in terms of farm, and then the second nighttime is going to be that big opportunity for CLG, probably on the back of an Aegis at the rate things are going.
Well, look at the defensive smoke. They smoke right next to their ancient, or not ancients, the high-level camp, and they're gonna go gank up top. You talked about the necessity to gank it. Gank the Lone Druid, and here we go. It's everybody coming in. Zippo at level 5. Super, of course, with his cold snap as well as phase. Let's see if Lone Druid could survive this one. He is in his bear form, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough. Here we go. They're going to open it with the Gush, EMP, whole bunch of spell being dropped. Any TP coming in, nothing coming. Shackle Shot's going to hit, and they probably just barely kill him. Yeah, it was close. First blood game draw. What a low kill count game, but because of this, can they actually push this? No, here comes pajkatt. His illusion's being sent. That one's just fake, but the real one's coming in. But they do shackle, at least waste one spell. pajkatt realizes he just can't go in, and he backs off. Meanwhile, on the bot lane though, Burning, he does not back off from the creep wave. He's keeping actually Lacoste back from reaching his level 6. Doing a very good job at it.
That kill was absolutely massive, even as big as he would have had his relic right now and probably 100 gold in the bag. He's about 400 gold setback. It's not the end of the world. He needs to get the relic, and then he needs to get the radiance without dying. Once he gets the relic up, though, that is the big hurdle to clear. And he's still going to get it. You know, they use the one smoke gank, but realistically, he's going to play more carefully now. And again, pajkatt is not really finding the openings. It was a big investment, but the gold per minute, again, gold per minute doesn't mean too much, but net worth as well. He was way ahead of well, not way ahead, but significantly ahead of the Morphling, like 300, 400, maybe even 500 gold, because he did last hit the tower top and was having just a tiny bit more farm, but that sets him back. Now Burning is out even with him.
Yeah. Again, I love the fact you were talking about that pajkatt. It's just really neutered. It can't be too effective, and one reason that's happening is because DK is basically taking every single rune. DK Burning roaming off as a carry from his lane to grab the rune. You don't see many teams pay that much detail, that much attention to the roots, but because of that, I mean, pajkatt, he's just chilling in the mid lane and can't really set up ganks. But here comes Lacoste. He's smoked up.
You can already, yeah, this is gonna be interesting to watch. You can already see just how much CLG wants to get an early Roshan. It was in fact a medallion, the choice for Lacoste. The minus arm will be great. They're gonna make a go mid. Titan are only level 5. He's so close to 6. The long range roar miscommunication. They're not gonna go in the end. Roar not the biggest spell to waste. But crucially, they're not going to get a kill because Zippo hit 6. That would have been a perfect time if they'd gotten the kill in time. Relic is picked up a Misery in the top lane. Going to be harassing RTK back. So close to that Radiance. Needs to not die. Burning on the bottom lane. 1800 gold. The basics picked up. What do you go for if you're Burning now?
I think you go for shotgun. I don't see why not. I mean, it's going to be somewhat tough to get. Well, actually, I take that back. Glyph is going to be forced out. I'll talk about that later. Is he going to get the last hit? Ooh, at least his team got it, so no big deal. The reason that DK Burning was allowed to play that aggressively.
Top lane, Misery gets caught out. Gush, Tornado, as well as the EMP, and he will go down once again, being caught in range.
He's got the relic. He's got the relic.
Oh, he had the relic. He had that for about a minute or so, but he's not getting really close to the Radiance. He's dying a lot if they keep this up. Burning is not being killed. This is a 1,000 gold lead in terms of net worth for Burning versus Lone Druid. It's a 1,500 swing as far as those two carries go, and of course it's not only about them, but who else is having a big impact for CLG? Support, Leshrac not doing too much. The Chen being played by Ake, only level 5, not really close to a mechanism or anything big, and the Night Stalker not doing much. I feel like right now DK is doing all the right things, and this Relic Rush is being heavily punished.
Yeah, it really is. Here comes pajkatt. He is invisible all but daytime. He does have darkness. They're waiting for Burning's haste rune to run out. It has run out right now. Beastmaster, Roar, the Fear, the Void, everything has to be landed. Where's the splitter? There's going to be a splitter that hit. Will he survive the defensive round? Only hits one, but Burning's going to go right back in. Oh no, Burning gets assist skill. Is going to be fine. Strength morphing. He's going to replicate on the last second. Impetus damager against Ake. Oh, jungle and jungle violence here. Where's the last power shot? Cutting everybody off. pajkatt on the run. No more mana. Where's the last one? It's daytime on the worst time possible. And Daystalker, nobody fear him. He's going to get right kick down. Still, he's very, very tanky with the Vit booster power shot accuracy from ROTK. They're going to back off. Very beautiful trade here from DK. Losing no one. Taking up 3 kills. Wow.
Not a trade, just an absolute disaster for DK, or for CLG, I should say. The Lone Druid shut down. Now the whole team is shut down, and that first night is over. The first night, not only did he not get kills, he didn't really farm either, roamed around a lot. Everybody on CLG on the back foot. Now everybody behind, and Lumi, I don't like to look at the gold graph this early because sometimes it can be depressing, but it has to be shown because in the matter of, what, 3 minutes, it's increased by about 3,000 gold discrepancy. That is so big. It's not just the carries, it's the supporting cast as well. There's a 4-step up on Super, and he's got Wex already, so he is super fast. Even the Enchantress, Power Treads, Magic Wand earned. Everybody's getting something on DK right now.
And here's the thing, DK survived the most dangerous stage in the game. They won that big time, 5-0 to be exact. That was Night Stalker's time to shine because their passive aggressiveness. Only time that DK is going aggressive is when they're smoke ganking or when DK gets a haste rune. They just play it so safe. It's daytime, baby, and they have the ganking power. They could smoke and gank Misery time and time again. Look at Misery. He's farming not even in the lane anymore. He's in the jungle. Oh, Misery's going to meet ROTK. Speaking of ROTK, he's got himself a mech against a tri-lane that pushes first tower. Right now, every hero on DK is just worth so much gold. They're very effective. I mean, this net worth chart is not showing you too much, but right now DK is just playing so well.
Oh, the net to start. There's your Edict Splitter. It's going to hit barely. RTK has the mech. Will pop it. Will he try for a TP out? Entangle might cancel that. Shackle on 2. Where's TP? Will there be an Entangle? He does go down. Too much damage from the bear. But even then, with 4 heroes devoted, or, yeah, sorry, 3 heroes and the bear devoted, he still almost survived. That is scary, but they do get the kill, and a much needed one at that. Finally, CLG gets a kill. 15 minutes in, scores 5-1, but they needed to get on the board, and they did.
Well, earlier you were asking me about the items. I uttered shotgun for about split second, and I realized that everybody on the enemy team was very, very tank. DK Burning just buys themselves a Perseverance, so we're very clear. But on the top lane here, Aki, EMP, Tornado, Zippo, does he have the Ravage? Yes, he does. This time it would not be used defensively. Doesn't even need to use it right now. They see Misery, and I think that alone deserve a Ravage usage. It's not going to be happening. Zippo still going in, tanking a lot of fights. His teammate back him up. There's a Ravage. Burning's going to be circling up here from the south. Oh, he does see Miracle. Miracle is going to go down for sure. He's going to go for the kill at the very least. Miracle gets 1 kill before he dies, but oh, here goes the chase going the other way. Super is just so tanky at this point. They could turn around and fight this. Now that Burning's here, Tornado will not hit. It was a Ravage use. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Probably not the best results here. But it's not over just yet.
Yep. ROTK wants the shackle on Lacoste. Can he find it? He will not find it, but the body block to follow it up. Look at ROTK. You cannot pass. Thou shalt not pass, he says. There's the cold snap. Will there be another shackle? Oh, Ake, you gotta be careful, man. He will be careful. It looks like he's gonna escape. Defiant Axe is thrown out. The key thing there for me is whether the Ravage was good or not is Misery lives, and he just about had his Radiance. If he had died again, then we're looking at an 18, 19-minute Radiance. It is a rush for the Radiance, but at least he's getting it around the 16.5-minute mark. Pretty strong timing in spite of the multiple deaths. And although he's died a lot, he is level 11. He's going to be pretty survivable.
Right, but here's the thing. After you finish the Radiance, you still need your boots. You need 2 pair of boots. You still need your Magic Wand or, Cloak or whatever you're trying to get. You still need those core items. He skipped everything to get it, and to be honest, what is the impact in the next couple of minutes as he's getting those items? He still needs to farm for now. He's got a Style Shield to his name. That's it. Look at Morphling. Doesn't even have his item finished yet. He's just going right in with his teammates to push. Misery's trying to backstab, and that backstab, he might get backstabbed himself. Tornado is going to bring everyone in there. Where's Entango? Oh, lucky Entango. No, he's just too slow. The bear can't get attack out. 1 hit Entango. Where's Burning? Burning is fine. It's okay for now, and everybody's going to be backing off. Can CLG take the Roshan right now? They do have the Medallion Courage.
That's what they want. That's why we saw the early Medallion pickup on Lacoste. The Replicant will take a fall. As Burning starts to rotate top, this means no? Okay, he waveformed. I thought he replicated out for a second. But no, the Replicant's dead. This is the time to do it while Burning's top. This might be the opening they've been looking for all game. If they can get a Roshan, it would be absolutely massive at this point. But they're not going to go for it. Misery sending the bear towards the base, maybe to heal. Or he actually, you know what? He's going to send it top to keep that lane pushed out. The Radiance burn onto the creeps. Burning can kill it pretty quickly with right clicks. They're going to try and get the bottom tower. No, in the end, the TP will come from pajkatt. Vitality booster picked up on him. Anything to tank up. This is not the level of farm we're used to seeing on pajkatt, man. He's not rich, and Night Stalker doesn't really catch up that well. So I'm a little I don't know how many CLG games I've seen where pajkatt isn't pretty farmed and they still win. But he is definitely nowhere near big item.
I've never seen a game, period, where pajkatt is not farmed. So this has got to be for the first time. He's got 60 CS in 18 minutes, just really, really slow. Again, like you mentioned, Night Stalker is a hero that needs a lot of farm to be truly effective, and he doesn't have AoE farming spell like Morphling's wait for him to catch up if he's behind like this. You can see that DK is being so aggressive during daytime. Nighttime, they're right next to the towers, but daytime, they're going right in. I think they're really exploiting the weakness in the Dire lineup. They just can't really fight without the Silverbird being massively tank at this point. And again, he's still going for those small core items.
DK is constantly pressuring mid lane, burning occasionally heading up top for little expeditions to get the farm, keep that lane push. As long as the pressure comes in mid as well as top, it's really hard to transition down to the Roshan pit. It's also really hard to go to the bottom lane, but the Bear is doing a great thing here. This is the power of Radiance over other options like Maelstrom. It will passively burn down the creeps, remove their HP, and push the wave. And to the extent there's pressure there has to be a corresponding reaction from DK, and there is. ROTK, power shot, killing the Bear. That is huge, especially this early. The resummon is forced. Actually, I believe he resummoned it right before it died. But either way, the Bear is dead. That means the cooldown expended. He will not be able to resummon for 2 minutes if it dies.
pajkatt has a smoke of deceit. He wants to be backstabbing. He does have darkness. He turns it on right now. Who's the focus? There's Tidehunter right here. He's going to drop off a huge ravage. Not if he's silenced like this. Super getting focused as well. He's going to be fine. Where is Burning? Burning not doing the right clicks. At least I don't see him. He's in the middle of everything. He's going right on Misery and Tango right on him. He's going to be fine. Gush slowing him down though. He's so slow because he doesn't have the upgrades. Ravage for him. He's gone. pajkatt's on the wing. Oh, Burning slow. He does have the Lincoln, so he's going to get some blocks. Super on the back line. Nobody dies from the backstab, and they're going to kill Night Stalker during nighttime. Wow. This game is getting really hard. Meanwhile, Miracle, he does get off a stun, but the Gush is coming off cooldown. Anchor Smash. That's yet another kill. Invoker picks up that one. 11-2. Burning leading the charge with the Lincoln Sphere.
Look at the HP bars up top right now. They are starting to heal up, but they were all so low. Finally, the mech gets used for the second time in this engagement. Just perfect coordination by DK. CLG getting outmaneuvered in these fights. Really, that's what it is. It's just Windrunner, Invoker, as well as Morphling are so mobile, and the Enchantress is she's really tanky because of that heal, the point booster, the urn. Very difficult to bring down. There are no easy kills on this DK lineup. They were squishy when the draft began, when the hero picks came out, but they've gotten the farm advantage, they've gotten the item advantage, and now the gold graph, it was already significant. It is spiked up again. They're not going to get Roshan. Maybe CLG can ninja that. I still feel that's the main way they can get back in this game. Ninja Roshan, have 2 lives on your Lone Druid or your Night Stalker. Maybe pajkatt agrees he's heading towards the pit. Just trying to scout things out from the looks of things.
Yeah, there's an Invis in the ground. I think Burning had the bottle. Has he sold it yet? No, he's giving Super the regen. And he's going to allow Super to pick it up and passes the bottle back. Nice. That's kind of a cute play here. And it looks like they want to get a gank on the bot lane. There's not many towers to push at this point here. Super, unfortunately, he pressed phase with perhaps, I guess, instinctively spamming that phase and removed himself from Invis. But no big deal. Tornado, yeah, that's going to scout out pajkatt. Don't think they could really go. And yeah, Burning says, I'll just keep on farming. And he's going to now go for the shotgun.
This is, how many games are we seeing where a team that doesn't have Tidehunter just can't take a fight?
Yep.
That Ravage, you know, it wasn't only the Ravage that won them the fight, but it feels like that's ultimately what pushes the team fight over the top. Tidehunter, you know, we've been talking about all the heroes that have had really strong showings. Tidehunter has to be very high on that list, especially when he's paired up with Morphling. The combo just seems so powerful.
I mean, Tide's one of those heroes that when you whiff a Ravage, you kind of look a little bit silly. Your team is basically dependent on it, but when you do hit it, it's insane. And earlier I asked you how good would this Ravage be against 3 or 4 melee hero if you count that Spearbeard being one as well. It's hitting everything. And Zippo, he's making sure he's always using it against Misery because they gotta kill Misery every single time. And when Misery dies, let's check out how much he has. He has a cloak on his hero, he has a boots on his hero, and that's it. The Bear has nothing. The Bear has a stout shield and a radiance. That's it. And they're gonna trade a tier 1 for a tier 3 perhaps.
I want to point out right now, Burning is worth as much as the 3 supports on CLG. Just about. That's insane. Waveform in. Shotgun, or not the shotgun, just the adaptive. They get Miracle. pajkatt. The silence, or no, that was the Void coming out. The silence actually going on to Zippo. And will they chase? Will they fight? The Bear, the imp damage just ruins it. Instantly killed. has to be resummoned, or is the resummon on cooldown? It is for 12 seconds. I don't think the resummon matters, though. It just dies too fast to this Enchantress.
Yep, and a little bit of harass against Burning. They don't mind. They're going to slow siege up this tower. There's no creep delirium that's really pressuring them. It is nighttime, but DK says, yeah, we don't mind. Are they really going to back off? Do they have their pipe coming on? Nobody really has a pipe yet. Tidehunter is working on it. It's still quite far away. But yeah, slow siege can continue.
You know, I don't really think they need one, because the Leshrac can't run into this fight, so that's most of your magic damage out the window. The Radiance Burn may be a little bit more significant. There's your Split Earth. Only hits on Zippo. Axes go through. The Creep Wave will take a fall, but the right clicks on the tower. Shackle and Misery, they don't really want to kill him. They just want to stall while they kill up this tower. They get the tower. There's your mech. The Bear in the front lines. Another 2-hero Split Earth after a 1-hero. Maybe he'll hit 3 or 4 with the next one if DK stay. Will they stay? Yes, they will. Waveform in. Burning clearing out the creep wave. Both teams instantly butchering the creeps. The real victims of this game, I have to say. But they're going to go in one more time, and now the Rax is going to start taking damage. 2-hero Split Earth. No, that was the 3-hero. Time for a 4-hero Split Earth. Miracle, get your A-game ready, because they need something big from you. That Bear, the Cold Snap, the Impetus, it goes down again. No resummon for a minute, but it's Burning. Locked in place, held down, not going to die. Pajkatt can't go in against this Tidehunter, and the Ravage is ready. He's not using it yet. Shotgun, though, the adaptive strike on the Miracle. There's your Ravage. They get Misery. Cannot respawn. Would not matter if he could. Zippo may take a fall. There's Miracle in the front lines doing some big damage. The Imp's flying out, though. Miracle probably will go down. Pajkatt, god damn, he just wants to kill. Give him one already. He's been working so hard all game. Void on the super, Bernie with the right clicks, the Cold Snap turning this one around, waveform over, Pajkatt shackled to a tree, Pajkatt will go down, there's your power shot, completing the kill, and Long DD diving deep, big plays for him as well. This Enchantress doing so much work, and now they go Rex, and there is no Bear, there is no way for CLG to stop this. 25-minute Rex. If anyone was going to get 25-minute Rex, I expected it to be CLG, not DK.
Wow. I mean, people call this team, you know, one-trick pony for Protect 1, and there's the only way they play the Dota. First of all, you know how they're going to play, and you can't stop it. Second of all, this game just really impressed me how DK, why they're actually the second seed in this group. They just know, they understand the game so well. Nighttime, let's gank when we can. Daytime, we push. Don't matter, we control this game. Normally, it's a Night Stalker that controls the pace. Now the pace is being controlled by a freaking, I want to say, a Tidehunter, an Enchantress. They're the one that's roaming the map. They're the one that's ganking effectively. In the next push, Lone DD will have his Acceptor finish. In the next push, I imagine the pipe is ready to go. The recipes, no. Where the hell are the pipes for Zippo? He finished an Arcane Boot set, fair enough. And Super, now forced to have an Ultimore up. What does Burning have? He's going to have Shotgun, yes he does. Yeah, these items are just raining at one after another. And Burning found himself a haste ring, so a support is dying, I imagine.
CLG, you can sense maybe not the desperation, but the urgency here. They want to make it go on Super. It is a cost in the front lines. There's your Roar, the Void to follow. They should be able to get this kill, but they do invest 5 heroes to do so. Can they turn into Roshan after this? No, they just want the tier 1 mid. How has this team not gotten the tier 1 mid? Testament to how well DK has been playing that this is still alive.
Yeah, Playmail now added onto the Spirit Bear Acceptor finish on the Enchantress. And here we go, Morphling on the backline, gets 1 kill. My god, I missed that, it was so quick. Now the buyback here, Shackle onto Miracle, Burning on the front line, tanking everything. He's gonna go straight in for Miracle. Miracle is gonna get another Spirit. Blink in here from Zippo, he had something, he had the item. And Super force that forward, he wants the Bear resummon is so vital right now. It's gonna have 18-second off. The next team fight, you saw in the previous team fight how aggressively that DK went for the Bear. If that Bear gets resummoned and killed again, that's about 7,000 gold down the drain, at least for the importance of defending the fight. So you look towards DK to actually just massacre that Bear.
The Bear is just too easy to kill. It's really Impetus that's doing it. The pure damage. Get all the plate mails you want. That is pure damage. It doesn't care about armor. It ignores it. Not to mention, there's a lot of physical damage to sort of blast through the plate mail anyway. Burning with the Ethereal Blade picked up 1,100 gold in the bank. Here come the axes, cleaving through the creep wave. But it's not the creeps you have to stop. It's these heroes. Split Earth on 1. Even if he hits 5, I just don't think it matters. Shackle shot. There's your EMP. But the tower will fall. The Bear resummon. Again, Bear don't do no good if it's running for its life. And it is running for its life right now. Cold Snap, Shackle shot. as well as just the right click. So many ways to drive it back. The Bear really wants to be in the front lines, entangling, doing some damage, but it can't. ROTK chipping away at the tower for DK. A slow but steady siege. Zippo lurking now in the back lines because he has that blink dagger. And keep your eyes on him, because the second he blinks in, any opportunity CLG have is probably going to be turned around. They have no real way to stop it except for the Bear Radiance Firm, but if they send it in, it will take a fall. And it's got a minute to go before the summons up the Rex. Now rapidly dropping. DK, they pounce on it. They get it. The stomp from the Centaur, the shotgun, a Miracle. Strength morph, or agility morph, completely still not enough. Miracle quite tanky with that Ogre Club. It doesn't matter, though. They got what they came for. They came, they saw, they conquered. It's 2 sets of rack already, 29 minutes in. They can't even defend within their base. It's just absolute domination. Shackle shot, Misery taking big damage. Blink in, Ravage on 3. It would have been 4. The Bear will take a fall. Lacoste goes down, and there's the GGs. Too much. DK, it's just too much.
Wow. Such a quick GG call. 20-3 is your final score. DK improved the record to 7-2, I believe, and now 6-5 for CLG. CLG looked rather strong in the opening day, but today's not so good. Let's see if they can even a series with DK, or DK will just continue to stomp over basically every other team. Just epic performance for both teams, but DK is going to take the nod for this one. That's game number 1. Game 2 is going to come up right about now. Don't go anywhere, guys.